Hey guys, Ben Hart here from Natural Music, and I want to talk to you today about how to play for someone at the invitation or while they're talking. It's one of the biggest questions I get asked, and I'm going to start addressing it for sure. So let's use the key of G here, and I'm going to show you some patterns I do. There's not necessarily a song that I'm playing. Sometimes there is if I know we're going into a song. So like if I know it's I Surrender All, I still may not get to that song till later on. But let's talk about kind of the notes I'm playing or the notes that I'm not playing. That is the biggest thing I would say I hear people do at invitation. They play too fast and too many notes. So we're in the key of G. So here's what I'm going to think about in my chords. So I'm going to think, hey, I got G, E minor, C, and D in the key of G. Those are really common. But I'm going to think on G and C, I'm going to think about G, and I want it to sound kind of pretty sounding, so I'm going to add some notes to that. There's a few notes that I can add to G and C that I like to add. So one is I'm going to add the major 7, which is F sharp here. You can add that in the chord any way that you like to, so G, B, D, and F sharp. C, I'm going to add the major 7 to that. B, all right, is your major 7 there, so C, E, G, and B, and you can voice it down here, right here, however you would like to voice that. And then, of course, D, we're going to play that normal, or we can add the 7, which is C. E minor, so there's an E minor or E minor, and I add a D for the 7. Those are the notes that I know are available to hit, that I can play, and it's going to have a certain sound, and it's going to be pretty. So one of the biggest things, though, is to not play fast and too many notes. So like if you'll notice, I'm getting ready for the Smoky Mountain Jubilee this week, and so I think about my dear friend C.T. Townsend, and he always says at the end of his message, he's going into his final thoughts and sometimes an illustration, and he says, "Help me, Ben." That's starting to be a thing, in fact. Like I had someone the other day say they're going to get a shirt that says, "Help me, Ben," and so that's interesting. But anyway, what I'm going to start out playing is I don't know what song I'm going to do. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking about what song I'm going to play. Now, he would say that I should know what song I'm going to play by now by listening to his message. But if I'm still thinking about it, or if I already know, I'm going to start playing with the notes, because I'm going to be in the key of G probably, with these 4 notes. And most of the time, I'm going to start on the major 7, and I'm just going to go. So like I'm going to play some sort of random melody, and I'm going to say F sharp, G, and D. I'm going to go. And he's talking, and he's getting serious on the note. And then maybe I'll add an octave lower or high, but super soft. And he's talking. And then I might go to C and do the same thing. So then there's B, C, and G. So then I might hit, and then I'll go. Hear how slow I'm hitting that? You know, and you don't, it's almost like you're just creating a moment, a mood. If I started in on a hymn and went, it destroys everything. Like I'm trying to create something, so I'm going to get there. And then C. And then I might just let it ring out, do it again. And I could go from just G and C the whole time. Now, if he starts getting louder and he gets preaching and stuff like that, I could start going and then getting kind of soft. And then I'll play with those notes a little more. And that's all at random. There's no pattern there. There's just... I just know when I'm over a C, I'm playing here, here, and here, and I do have the E available, so I can go. And then G. And I might roll when I want it to get a little louder. G, and G, you know. But watch me just but I'm not playing a ton there. Now, when I go to a D, if I want it to sound clean, sometimes I'll add the 2 there. So that's the E and the D, and I'll add a little bit of harmony. So I go. Then down to C. It don't matter what chord, I'm just playing within there. And I'm letting it space. Okay? Now, here is a chord progression. If you say, well, you're just saying random and I don't know that, sometimes it's good to have some rules, even though there's no rules to this. If it sounds good, it is good. So here's some rules or a pattern. I'm not going to say rules. I'm going to say something you can start out with. So sometimes when timing starts picking up, and I do this chord progression, and I'm going to go G, I think G, here's one of them anyway, G, E minor, C to like what we call a D suspended, D, G, and A. So I'm going to go, I'll play something like this, I'll go E minor, I'm going to play over that. I'll explain this in a second. C, now D, and then I might get louder and go down an octave. He's getting louder. Then I make it soft. Resolve the D. So here's what I'm doing with that. I'm playing around with there's a lot of different ways, but basically I'm holding a G octave, or I'm a D octave, and when I play over the G chord, so I'm hitting the octave down here in G, and I'm going. Or I can do it. I'm just creating something with those notes. And then I go to C and I stay there. Because that makes a C2, and that's a pretty sound also. And then a D suspended, I can stay there. Because that G is a suspended note. And then when I come down here, I'll go. Hello everyone, Ben from Natural Music. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like more of these free lessons, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One, you can subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that way you'll be notified every time we put up another free lesson. Also, you can sign up for our free email list, and we will send these straight to your inbox, and you'll have access instantly after you sign up to our free lessons page. And I think there's over 100 lessons on there as of today. And so enjoy that. Don't need your credit card number, nothing, just sign up completely for free. And for those of you that want to take it a little bit more serious, you can head over to naturalmusicstore.com and have access to everything that we have. There's all different types of courses for different skill levels that will teach you how to play gospel music, Southern gospel music, for your church or for your group, or if you're just wanting to better your playing and do it for your own enjoyment. There's lessons there from other artists. Some of my favorite artists have put out a few different lessons with this, and I think more of that is going to be coming, so we're excited about that. But if you would like to become a paid member, there are hundreds and hundreds of free lessons, all the way from solos, a lot of accompaniment. There's random lessons on there where we just talk about licks and tricks and rhythmic things and just all kinds of stuff in this style. So if you enjoy the Southern Gospel style of playing and you want to further your playing to the next level, go over there and become a subscriber to the website. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at your next lesson.